part of the USP service is the Find a Firm side tab, which you can see here in orange. It appears on both the dashboard here and also on the workspace. The two are much the same, although there are some differences. Essentially, on the workspace, when you find lists of firms using keyword searches and so on, you can add them and insist that they are part of your saved search. Whereas when you're doing a find of companies and so on the dashboard here, basically what you're doing is you're finding companies that you can add to a suggestion list that is sent to us to help improve report listings and so on. So let's just show you how this works. Let's do my Shell Chemical example. So I'm doing an alpha key search. The green is the selection indicator. So it creates the alpha key out of what you've typed, in other words, stripping out the spurious characters and converting things into a standard format, and then finding the companies that match that alpha key. And you click on the company in the list and it shows you the details for that company. What you get for each company is shown here. I'll walk you through it. Basically, you get the parent subsidiary information. You can click on a parent subsidiary company and view that company, those company details. So, sorry, clicking on the name there works rather better. So that's the parent company. So in other words, I can follow the chain upwards and downwards to route around among the parts of the company. I can show you the directors area. Basically, Mr. James Bell here is a director of this company. He's age 42. He's a director of 4 companies in total. If I click on his name, those are the 4 companies that he's a director of. So I can route around and find out other directorships that any director has. In other words, links between the various companies that I might be interested in. One of the key things you can do with the company information is find out what are the competitors and what are the full financials and how do the companies rank within the sector that they're allocated to. So this is a company which has been allocated to industrial chemicals and plastic suppliers. If I click, you'll notice they turned purple, which means that they've now appeared in the downloads report area, which is also purple, of course. And I can get copies of the reports here, or I could get copies of the rankings, which would put that company in context with its competition and so on. The other thing I can do is look at the summary of their financial position, and I can print this to PDF, which ends up looking like this. So that's the summary, and I can do that for any company that I display. Basically, I click on a company and then print a PDF. I could also see what the latest things have happened at Companies House. So there's full accounts for that company, and I can get a copy of those accounts just by clicking, and there's the full accounts as far as at Companies House for that particular company. It's a good way to get the detail. The database covers the analysis, but not the notes to the accounts. So sometimes some of the figures need explaining, and the notes to the accounts are, in those cases, invaluable. What the other thing I could do is I could save this company to the desktop, and it goes into the notifications area, and I'll be notified if anything changes with that company. So I can build a list of companies here in this notification area, and I get notified if anything changes, significant changes for those companies. Finally, I can change the view of the Find a Firm. So, for example, I could get rid of the summary financial box. and I could change it into the full financial blocks. And then I could save this, and that would mean that whenever I opened the Find a Firm, this is the view that I will be getting. It just fits rather better with the summary, which is why I prefer to look at it that way. But it's entirely up to you which way you do it. And then lastly, a very key thing is the keyword search. So what this means is that it's searching for words in the name of the company, the address, the director name, and the business description. So it's a huge index that's searchable. And I can do things like, for example, I can put in words like water treatment and do a search, and it brings back 391 companies, all involved in water treatment or likely to be involved in water treatment. You have to use some care when you're doing keyword searches. But I could narrow it down. So, for example, I can see that this particular company has a director of Tina, with the name of Tina. So if I put in Tina, I could find out all the water treatment companies that have those 3 words associated with them, and it would go straight down. So if I knew one of the director names or the surname of the director from the website, for example, I could do these sort of searches. If I knew part of the postcode, I could do these sort of searches, and it very quickly gets you focused in on the companies that are likely to be the ones that you're interested in. And also, if you look at the companies in a list like this, you can page through them, and you can see that some of the companies are going to be dormant companies. In other words, there's nothing much going on. So there's a dormant company. There's nothing. There are no real financials for this company. So you know that probably it's one of his other companies, for example. So you can see he's 33 years old and is involved in 6 companies. So if I look at the various companies that he's involved with here, I can pick out maybe the one that's actively trading from the listing and so on. Okay, and that gives you an overview then of the Find a Firm and how it might be useful to you.